Hello everybody. I love how I do that. Hello. Hello. Hello from my last evening prayer in paradise before I return back to the UK and co-create another paradise there. I hope you're well. This is Rosanna, RozyGlow, and I have the prayer. Also, hey 1978, hope you're well. I also have a few notes to make because actually I kind of was checking in with my nervous system, and you can see I'm shaky. And I'm shaky because we went to the pool. I didn't see a snake, but I heard about the fact that there was one out yesterday, and it's just brought this whole thing up again about what we find unacceptable in ourselves, what we find difficult to love, what we feel we should be after, got over already, especially if you're, developed in lots of areas and you deal with being fearless. And as Ian said to me, he was just like, oh my goodness, for someone who's got so many areas of your life together, like, with your own really deep stuff, you really need someone to help you. And I was like, yeah, it's true. And that sort of revealing of truth. Hey Charles, I've been thinking about you, mate. Are you alright? You've been in my mind. I was thinking about you yesterday. Hey Steve-O. So yeah, there was a conversation at dinner time yesterday about parents and messages we received from our parents, and I kind of had this visceral remembrance that anything my dad wasn't scared of, I wasn't allowed to be scared of. And there is a scared little girl in me that it's as irrational as you like, but it's there. So the fear thing came up again, but yesterday I wrote the prayer. And the prayer is all about grace and bliss. And if you consider grace is the power of revelation as I share it, and gifts freely given, and the ability to let go easily of what no longer serves you, and this is what the whole thing has been about while I've been here, letting go of really deep-rooted fears is, it's the challenge. And bliss is, in terms of the sort of yoga evolution, if you like, the highest frequency, night-night, the highest frequency that you can aspire to and therefore co-create from. Whether you call it joy, you call it bliss, it's there. So if you want to be able to let go easily, you need to connect with the higher frequencies and bring them in to then allow what isn't in resonance to release. So let me share the prayer, and then I'll go into the notes I made, and I've got to be quick because I've got a coaching group soon. So, good evening, diamonds. Ooh, what's this? Invitation to merge grace with bliss that keeps beckoning me towards into me see. The desire for the fire of truth to reveal all that genuinely matters. No need remains to conceal. That's what I'm telling you about my fears. So in my naked truth I rise, above the doubt and fear-fueled lies, into the abyss of my heart, the centre of all that is. I am surrendering to grace-filled bliss and aligning my whole being with win-win-win. I am worthy of my own success. I am that I am. And this is this willingness to basically say, I can get past this, I can do it. So, here I am in paradise. I know if I want to stay here or come back here again, I'm going to need to deal with this fear, right? That's part of the ticket entry to this particular life over here. And lots of other people seem to do it. I just seem to have a visceral fear. And I was thinking about the sweet edge, okay? So I was thinking about the hard edge and the sweet edge. And in Anusara Yoga, and Anusara means to flow with grace, you look for the sweet edge in your practice. So that place which is a little bit more challenging than where you find yourself really comfortable, but not so challenging that you don't actually have capacity to hold your form. So you have to find this balance between stability and freedom, creating a safe boundary within which to expand and grow into, and then expand that boundary. In my co-creation success course, I talk about hidden blocks, declared roadworks, and route closures. Okay, and the phase that I've been in here and what I've been seeing with all my clients as they go through their deprogramming is the need to understand the declared roadworks, which is the steps they're going to need to take to be able to overcome the way they're used to being in the world. Same for me, to overcome the way I'm used to being in the world. And again, what tends to happen when we're moving out of our comfort zone is our ego will really sort of be awakened and will go into some form of judgment when we don't understand what to do, when we don't know how to show up. We'll go into guilt, blame or shame. They are all forms of judgment. They're all forms of the mother wound, which we've all had mothers, and every mother's had a mother, so we've all inherited this. It's through the feminine wound, if you like, that will turn inwards or attack. And we try to understand in order to feel safe, right? But to feel safe, really, we can bypass that, because you can't understand something that is so deeply ingrained in you. It's there, it's beyond, it's in your cellular memory. It's not something you directly experienced, for example. So creating the feeling of safety first and anchoring that feeling, which in the prayer today is about bliss, like anchoring to bliss, like really welcoming the idea that you can create that feeling within you, and through creating that you'll start to be able to understand. And I followed this process today, and it took me to this memory of, basically not being allowed to be scared of things that other people weren't scared of, and the need to love my inner child up. So it was the words that came up, and you might not be scared of snakes, you might be having another block in your life that it seems like you just can't get past. So this is an offering to you, that you are worthy of the success of getting past it, that the way to do it is to invite both the ability to let go easily of what no longer serves you in, and also the higher frequencies that will help you to do that. And what I came to was that I needed to accept that I am still worthy, I am deserving, I am allowed, I am loved, I am accepted despite my fear of, right? So whatever you feel is in the way of you being where you want to be, love, accept, approve, feel that deserving, and that's basically it, worthy of your own self-love and the love of others, even if you never get over this. And that is important, because it is through the acceptance that we make the shift. So I'm going to share the prayer one more time and see if anything else comes. Hey Rena! And this is it. This is like our last day here. We leave tomorrow, and it's like we know we're coming back. Ian's got to move house, got to get back into normal life. Looking forward to seeing everybody, of course, but like just aware that part of me's already left the island. I'm already sort of energetically partly back home, and this is part of that creating feeling of unsafety, because any time we're out of our comfort zone we won't feel so safe. So we need to create a boundary. That boundary is a container of love that we fill with high frequencies, compassion, grace, bliss. And this prayer today is just to help you to realign with that. So whatever's going on, you can come back to anchor into that, which is most auspicious. Good evening, diamonds. Ooh, what's this? Invitation to merge grace with bliss, that keeps beckoning me towards intimacy. So towards intimacy, to revealing truth, right? The desire for the fire of truth to reveal all that genuinely matters. No need remains to conceal. That means keep other people happy or deny truth to yourself. So in my naked truth, I rise above the doubt and fear-fueled lies. Into the abyss of my heart, the centre of all that is. I am surrendering to grace-filled bliss and aligning my whole being with win-win-win. I am worthy of my own success. I am that I am. So again, it's a memory or an invitation back to the fact that whenever we're seeking to overcome something, we're doing that for ourselves and for the highest good of all, because we don't want to be stuck in a vibrationary state that brings us down and therefore also affects the vibration of those around us and the planet. We want to be in a state of grace, we want to be in a state of bliss, we want to be in a state of joy, we want to be in a state of acceptance, we want to be in the frequencies that help us to keep shining our light. And of course life's going to take you in other directions, of course there's going to be things that come up that are really deeply painful. And fears, when they're really rising out of us, and they're ones that we've held in our cellular memory but aren't necessarily ours, which I'll call the collective purging of the collective unconscious or subconscious. It's just coming out of all of us at the moment. And if you allow yourself to be surrounded by a sphere of love, which is what I do in all my coaching, is I support people to work in this way with a sphere of compassion. And you can learn to do it by joining the next new moon meditation, which will be next Thursday. It kind of gives you the basics of how to do it. And you just allow yourself to plug in and then to release from your being that which doesn't resonate. So this is a reminder of that process, and this is a reminder for me to keep using my tools, because they work when you use them. I'll leave it there, lovely ones. Sending you lots of love. Probably won't be online tomorrow, we'll see, but hopefully a prayer will come through that I can share. And I'll see you when I'm back in the UK. Lots of love. So grateful for this whole experience. It's been amazing. Had a really amazing time. Ta-ra.